It is Friday, February the 3rd, 2023, and it's time for another episode of AMA Air. Coming up today, we're going to tell you about these iFly AMA videos you may have been seeing.
I'll give you an update on our FRIA status.
And we've got this month's Club of the Month that we'll announce right here on AMA Air, so stick around. We'll be right back right after this.
My bad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of AMA Air. My name is Matt Ruddick.
Hi, guys.
This guy?
I'm Lee Ray. I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you already. I better slow down. It's this coffee, man. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. How about you, Lee?
I'm fine. I'll hopefully get through this show today.
Is it warmed up in Texas yet?
It's in the 40s, so I will say yes.
That's a little better. And so I saw on Twitter yesterday, somebody had gotten some video footage from inside the Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably not good.
The banking, it's like that, right? Sheet of ice all the way around. And on my mind is like, how fast did it freeze for water on a banked track to freeze that fast? Like, that's insane.
It's great. I will say my sister-in-law lives in Dallas, and they sent us pictures of their ice rink in their driveway. So yeah, it's pretty heavy. So yeah, we had a huge ice spill, go from San Antonio all the way up past Dallas. So, and I know it's heading east. So I hope everybody is staying warm, and maybe this is a good time to build. It is the winter month, so you're keeping busy and having fun with your kids.
Absolutely. Well, we want to let you guys know this episode of AMA Air is brought to you by Innovative Designs. They are the power system experts, and let them show you a better way to power your electric models. You can visit them at innovativedesigns.com, and that's innovative with an 8 in the middle. So make sure you get that right. The link is down there at the bottom of your screen, innovativedesigns.com. We really appreciate their support of the Academy of Model Aeronautics as well as AMA Air. As well.
I'm going to interject and say we had the owner Lucian Miller on our podcast, RC Roundtable podcast. I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, and so it's up there, episode 165. I think I got a screenshot of it. So yeah, he came on our show and talked about his innovative designs and motors, and it was a lot of fun, and it was quite a long show. So if you want to hear more about his hobby and his interests and how the store came around, please tune into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a great company, and we really appreciate their support for sure. Well, Lee, are you ready to jump into the news that we've got for this month?
I hope.
Me too.
I'll keep my hand off the mouse for a second.
We appreciate all you guys out there watching along with us, and we hope you get something informative out of today's episode. So first thing we wanted to touch on is something you may have seen come across our social media channels or our YouTube channel, and it's a new video series that we've been kind of releasing over the last few weeks called the iFly AMA video series. And what these videos are really trying to do is to take our core pillars that we have, that we kind of launched a couple of years ago, and those are the values that we hold and are what are important to us as an organization, and kind of show you guys a little bit about what those values mean to us and how we're trying to help improve the hobby and move the hobby forward along those lines as well. So if you guys head on over to our YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/@modelaircraft, as well as our Facebook page and our LinkedIn page. All of our social media channels have got these. You can check them out. We've released, I think, 3 of them at this point. We're going to be releasing our 4th video on this coming Monday. So you can be sure to check that out as well. We've got a couple more left to come out. And it's been a really interesting experience to put these together and to get some feedback from our members on them. And it's been a good time.
Yeah, I'd like to add, these videos are actually very good for beginners to the hobby. For those who don't know the background of the AMA. So if you are a club member and you've been around for some time and you got some junior members with your club, why don't you introduce them to these videos, send them over to the YouTube channel, and have them learn more about the Academy of Model Aeronautics.
Yeah, and the really great thing about these, and it's kind of designed this way, they're pretty short. They're about a minute and a half, give or take, a piece. And so it's a really digestible, really easy thing to kind of sit down and get an idea, broad general overview idea of some of the values that we have here at the AMA. So I would encourage you guys to go check those out. Lee, let's talk about FRIAs. I know you've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes on helping the clubs department work on these FRIA applications, and you got some updates for us.
Just a friendly reminder what FRIA is, Federally Recognized Identification Area. It's basically a safe zone for those people who'd like to fly without the possibility of remote ID in the future. It basically allows your club to continue flying as it has been for years. And it's a simple process. We've already sent messages out to our club members, and we actually recently sent out a new email today. So I will ask all of you who are board members of your club, check your email, make sure you're getting it. And if you're not, contact us. We have had a couple of people say that it's gotten redirected, junk or spam. We'll be happy to try to fix that for you. But the process is going. We've had over 900 entries so far. That's less than half of the number of clubs we have. So we're looking to get more people to submit their application. And if I could share a story with you, sit back, relax, Matt. Take a drink. I want to tell you a nice story about a FRIA application I received. I'm one of the 3 staff members who processes these applications. We get them in, we look at them, we just make sure everybody's safe and the zone is in the right area, or your typical flight pattern. And I had a gentleman named David Decker. He's the president of the Anderson Aero Modelers here in Indiana, or there in Indiana. How's that, Matt?
Like, where recovery? Are you at
now? I'm trying to represent. And his question was a good one. He has a club that's very close to controlled airspace, and he wanted to review it with me, which we did. We went over the phone, and that is what we like to hear. We like to have club members talk to us if they have any questions. We're here to help you. But the part I enjoyed the most was after we had gone through it together and we figured out the best layout, he just asked me a simple question that led to like a 15 to 20 minute conversation afterwards. How did you get started, Lee? Just opened a conversation with me. We'd done his FRIA, but he said, how did you get started? What do you like to fly? And we just had a great conversation. And the reason I wanted to share this is because this is the stuff that I love about this hobby. And I hope that you guys who are listening, watching the show right now live or in the future, you take a chance to meet some club members you haven't had a conversation with before, maybe the older guys, and just ask them that simple question, how did you get started? And you'll get some fun stories. And this guy, I like David, he was just very open with me. He got started flying full scale. So he didn't get into the hobby until later. And the best part I loved about the story was that his father flew P-47 Thunderbolts.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then David and I got in a conversation about warbirds, and then we got a conversation about how many warbirds do we have of a specific plane. I think he's winning right now. I think he's got way more P-47s than I have P-38s. But it was close. It was like a little competition we had over the phone. But I cherish these conversations I have with our members, the members who call here for our support. We're looking to help them, and also we're making friendships. So David, thank you for having that conversation with me. It's made a lasting impression, and I hope the rest of you who are listening and submitting those FRIA applications, don't hesitate to call us if we can help you out. And we're doing our best. And just a reminder, even though we are submitting the applications to the FAA, we still have to wait for them to process the application. So this is not a fast process. You're not going to get an approval the moment you hit send on your email. It might take a while. But the good news is we are getting them done, and you will receive an email once it's entered into their database, and we'll keep in touch with you as soon as we hear anything else.
Yeah. And you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on this, Lee, but I think this is something that I was told is that they're not even processing, the FAA on their end isn't processing any applications quite yet. We're still kind of ahead of the game a little bit on getting those applications submitted.
I'm assuming there are some people at the FAA that are getting their inboxes filling up. They're like, okay, what are we doing next? Hey. We've done our job. We've checked all our boxes and dotted our T's and so forth. Yeah. But anyway, it's getting done. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And also for those of you who are watching live in this chat room, I pose to you this question. Share it with others that are here, and in future comments as well. How did you get started in the hobby?
Yeah.
let us know. I'd like to hear your stories as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. Lee, thank you so much for that update on the work you guys are doing with the FRIAs. I know I'll speak on behalf of the rest of the staff, and I'm sure the members will feel the same way. We want to thank you and the rest of the clubs department for all this hard work, because it is hard work, and I don't envy the task that you guys have in front of you. So thank you for doing that. We want to move over now and talk a little bit about the NATS, the National Air Modeling Championships, and specifically the 100th anniversary of the first National Air Modeling Championships that's happening this year. 2023 marks the 100th anniversary. So in 1923, the very first National Model Airplane event happened at the St. Louis Air Race. It was the Mulvihill competition, a competition that still happens to this day, I might add. And we're really excited to celebrate. Sorry, I didn't mean to take that out. We're really excited to celebrate this 100th anniversary this year. And we wanted to let you guys know that registration is now open for the 2023 National Air Modeling Championships. If you guys head on over to the website, that's modelaircraft.org/NATS. You can check that out. You can see the events that we have ready to go. They are ready for you to register. Here, a listing of all of the different special interest groups that help run our NATS and those NATS events, and you can go on and register for the event
I'm registered.
you would like to compete for.
I'm going, so I'll be there. I'm with the League of Silent Flyers, right? The logo right there. So I will be attending this year. So hope to see some of you out there, especially new pilots. Please come out and visit and let us know that you're coming to this for the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. We're really behind the scenes working on planning some really cool things that are going to happen this year for the NATS. We're kind of entering into what we're calling our centennial era of the NATS, because there were a few years there during World War II where we didn't have any National Air Modeling Championships. So that's why while it's the 100th anniversary, it's not the 100th competition, but that'll come a couple years down the road. So 2026, I think, will be our 100th NATS competition. So between now and then, we're going to celebrate the centennial era of competition here at the AMA and at the National Air Modeling Championships. It's going to be fun. We got lots of cool stuff planned.
I just wanted to tell everybody that it was my idea to put ish at the end of the anniversary, just to see if we could, get a couple 100-ish anniversaries. But well, we just got this. But it's a celebration of the first, and then we'll have another one. So why not have two celebrations? Let's do this.
I mean, hey, I'm here for it. That's more parties, the better is how I look at it.
Oh, I'm hoping to have fun out there. And that's I'll do a blog of my whole trip up there. In fact, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the last one, Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm bringing my oldest this year, and he and I are both going to fly my his grandfather's gliders for the nostalgia.
No, you
class.
didn't. I don't think you mentioned that.
Yeah, he's never competed, and he's like, "Dad, I think I'm free." And I was like, how awesome would that be? So, special moment.
I love it. Are you guys going to do the nostalgia? Is that what that's going to be for?
Nostalgia class for sailplanes, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, we look forward to it. You're going to be coming up here for the NATS. You're also coming up here in just a few weeks as well, right?
Knocking on your door, Matt. We're going to go do some lunches and some, little what do you call them, buffets, hopefully in the conference room upstairs. I don't know, let's put something together.
We'll figure it out.
But I've been, I'm here in Texas. I'm not in Indiana. I'm here in Cypress, Texas. Born and raised native Texan. I'm very honored to be able to work for the AMA remotely. But I'm traveling a lot, so that works out very well. In fact, I'm going to be driving to a couple of events in the next few months. I'm going to CEF, and then I'm going to Joe Nall, and then I'm going to NATS, Camp AMA, all this stuff. So traveling it works out well. But I'm coming up to visit you guys, hammer out some plans and agendas. I don't know, just to have fun, meet and greets. I'd like to hang out with you guys more and hash some stuff out. So I'm looking forward to that opportunity to hang with you in it's like February 20th, I think, the week of the 20th.
Well, hopefully it warms up here a little bit. We might even be able to fly something. I don't know. Last week it got up into the 50s. Right now this morning I woke up and the wind chill was below zero. So your guess is going to be as good as mine. We'll see how it goes.
What's the name of the indoor place in Fleet Fry? Baden?
West Baden.
West Baden. Maybe we can head over there.
It's only a 3-hour drive from here, but hey, I'm down for it.
It's indoor.
That's right.
Let's make a trip.
One of the news bits that came out that was only kind of related to the AMA, but it does impact us quite a bit, that came out over the last couple of weeks, was the news that Amazon Smile, the kind of the charity arm of what Amazon does, is going to be faded out over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Lee, why don't you tell us a little bit about how that impacts the work we do here at the AMA Foundation and what folks can do?
Okay, well, we've tried to keep people aware of that through emails and our social media, but the Amazon Smile program has been very helpful for the AMA Foundation. You basically don't have to do anything except go to a website. If you're already an Amazon member, it's called smile.amazon.com, and I'll put that up here right for you guys. And by choosing your charity, and you would choose Academy of Model Aeronautics, a percentage of the purchase would go to your foundation, and in this case, the AMA. And so over the years, we've made thousands of dollars by people simply making their typical Amazon purchases through that program. I alone donated over $500 last year through some large purchases I've done for home equipment and so forth. So it's very easy to do. Unfortunately, as Matt said, they're closing it February 20th. And so we're asking those of you who do have an Amazon account that, don't mind doing a couple of extra purchases. What Amazon is doing to accommodate those organizations is on the 20th, I guess they take the last 30 days of the donations and they'll triple that as like a 3-month, donation. And that'll help. That'll certainly help. So if there are some purchases that you'd like to make last minute, please go to smile.amazon.com. Again, it's your same login. Upper left-hand corner of the screen, there'll be choose your charity. Find Academy of Model Aeronautics, and then continue your purchase. So another thing you can do, what do you got, Matt?
No, I just wanted to point out, just to make sure everybody kind of understands, like it doesn't cost you anything extra to do that. It doesn't add anything on to the price of your orders or anything like that. It's something that Amazon just does. They take a percentage of what you're already spending on and donates that to the charities that you kind of have listed there in your account. So it's a really easy process. If you are already planning to make some purchases, it's an easy way to help support.
Absolutely. And thank you, Matt, because you kind of lead into, after smile.amazon.com, what do we do? Well, we're always asking our members to consider donating to the foundation. And one way you can do that is going to, and I've got to pull up the link now, where it is, there we go, modelaircraft.org/foundation. And you can do something as simple as becoming a torchbearer and offering a monthly donation, automatic payment. I do this. In fact, I was doing this before I knew the Smile program was ending, but this is my way of continuing to support the foundation. I think I put $10 a month, which is something that I can afford. And I think it's a very simple process. I probably spend that on other things I probably shouldn't. So this is like my little exchange of RC parts, and I'm giving it back to the foundation. But it's a great cause. So I would ask that you go to modelaircraft.org/foundation, learn more about the foundation in general, and then consider being a torchbearer. I think somewhere there's a picture of my son in one of these photos, so you can you can see some marketing with me.
I do know for a fact that there is. Well, very cool. Well, yeah, definitely take a look at that, and if that's something that you want to do to help support the AMA Foundation, we'd appreciate you doing that. And some of the things that the AMA Foundation provides, anything from scholarships to grants, and some of those grants even go to clubs, which is my really fancy segue to get into talking about our Club of the Month, which is time to announce the new one, I guess.
Back to you, Lee.
I almost nailed that segue, and I'm a little bummed out that I screwed it up. I was so close. It was like I came up with it on the top of my head. I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's a live show.
Hey, Lee, do you want to tell us about the Club of the Month?
I'll tell you about the Club of the Month. Okay. So if you go to our website, modelaircraft.org, and I'll put the link up there. Here you go. Here's my segue. But our Club of the Month is the Benton County Radio Control Club in Oregon, and they got a pretty field. You can go to our main website there, but this is their website, and that is just gorgeous. A Geotex fabric runway. And a really nice club. Guys, thank you for sharing any information about your club. There's a nice photo gallery. No, the C-47 is not in their parking lot. I think it's just a nice banner. But guys, look at that view there. I don't know if you can see on the slide, but that's a beautiful view they have their field. But they
Beautiful.
also have I'm not sure if it's their field or they have access to, but there's a pond nearby that is considered a field, and they do float flies. And man, I love this. I have a CZ Cub, and I have the floats for it. I have not floated on floats yet. I have a couple of other float planes, but after looking at this guy's photos, I think it's time that I strap mine back on, though. So, except for that, oops. You do have to have a recovery team, but yeah, just a lot of fun having a float. A float fly. But then they do a lot with their community. They have a lot of events out there and swap meets. So, congratulations again, guys, to the Benton County Radio Control Club. Good job.
I even saw a Tiny Whip on their website down there. That makes me happy. I love seeing this.
There you go.
Well, so when you, it's probably going to be too cold for it when you come in a few weeks. But when you come up here for the Nats, you gotta bring that float plane, because we got a pond right out front. We can take that sucker off of the pond out here.
Well, I will say thank you for adding that, Matt. If you go to the Facebook page for Model Aircraft, I say Model Aircraft, but go to the AMA's Facebook page, look through the photo album for Camp AMA. And there is a huge collection of photos I took of the students out there flying on the pond.
Nice.
I didn't get to do it, but the kids did. So it's all about the kids.
Now,
I'm not supposed to.
Now, rumor has it, I can't verify this, I don't know it for a fact. Rumor has it that there are 2 aircraft inside that pond that were never recovered. I've heard that there's a helicopter in there, and I've heard that there is, I forget what it was now. It's like one of those like super really light, oh my gosh.
Free flight?
No, it wasn't a free, it's not a free.
Say an airplane.
It's an airplane. Well, in any event.
Something's in there.
I've heard there's a couple of things in there. I can't verify it, but that's the urban legend that I've heard.
Now, see, to me, that's a challenge that we should put to the Camp AMA students, that saying, besides flying, we're going to create submarines with cameras. And I'll tell you, my oldest would be on top of that. He was like, "I'm in. Just let me know what I need to bring."
I have to tell you, so our the director of the National Model Aviation Museum, Michael Smith, he's super into that and has actually built his own submarine. Last I talked to him about it, it wasn't done yet, but he was in the finishing stages of it, making an RC submarine.
Well,
maybe I need to go talk to him about that.
All right, challenge accepted, right?
Challenge
I guess you got to do that.
Absolutely. Well, Lee, that's all I've got on my list of stuff to talk about. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, hopefully we'll put something together when I show up at the headquarters, and let's cross our fingers the weather's good enough where I can get some flying in.
I like it. That's what I like to hear. Well, Lee, thank you so much again for joining me here on AMA Air. I want to thank all of you guys out there for watching this very special episode of AMA Air. It's special because I don't know. They're all
always
special. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not yet a member of the AMA and you'd like to check us out, head on over to modelaircraft.org and see what the AMA can do for you. We'd love to have you as part of our family. And in the meantime, I hope you guys get out and get some flying in if it's not too cold where you live. Lee, it's warming up down there. Get out and get some flying in.
Well, I'm set to go fly Sunday with Fitz. He's got another airplane review, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Hey, you know what? I won't ask you what it is. I'll make that a teaser for later.
He hasn't even told me. I'll be surprised.
There we go. Okay, well, Lee, you have fun this weekend. I hope all of you out there watching have a very fun, happy, and safe weekend as well. And for all of us here at the AMA, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the next episode of AMA Air. We'll see you later.
See you later.